Well, Kenny, Hull versus Pompey, first versus second. Surely it doesn't get much bigger than that.
Yeah, sort of game you want to be involved in, live on Sky. And Hull just recently come down out of the Championship and made a fantastic start. And for us as well, want to try to keep our run going. We've pushed well up the table and see if we can keep the consistency.
Yeah, is it one where both teams will really feel like they deserve and belong in the Championship?
It definitely is our aim. Where you feel you get and what you get are always two different things. But 100% both sides would be their aim for the season. Looking right now at the league table, I would say going down to maybe 12th. Oxford below that have obviously a history of being in the playoffs and are a good side as well. So there's a lot of teams who will be looking for those top 6 places and ultimately the three places that get into the Championship. But you're right, the top 2 at the moment as it stands, although the points total is very close, are chasing those.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's so tight at the top, sort of from first almost down to 8th. Is that something that you prefer because it gives you a real chance to be able to move up quite significantly?
You'd always want to be away, and the most points you can possibly get and do the best you can, obviously all the time. But similarly, the reality of it is, and with the salary cap, will flatten it out even more. So the detail, the consistency, the effort, the attitude, the spirit, the team spirit of the side, they're important things. And for any promotion season, you have to have that. And I do feel in this group of players, I'm very confident of their attitude, their application, their ability to come back if they get a disappointment is a big thing. It is an open league though, and I do see in terms of the points total, a high number of sides being in the mix again this year.
Hull are going into the game off the back of 2 defeats. Does that make you wary at all?
Yeah, there've been close games, as many are at this stage and in this division, and we know that they have a lot of their players that played in the Championship, and if you're looking at the record of the players that they have, they're very good and made a good start for a reason. I don't really look necessarily at their results, but more importantly the performances. It's a big game for them as it is for us, and we know they'll be motivated to do well.
As you mentioned, the game's going to be live on Sky. I think it's the second televised game for you this season. Does that give your players another incentive to raise their game? It
does, definitely. We want to be sort of performing at that level where we're drawing attention for the right reasons, and for our football and for a side that's chasing promotion. So as you say, our second live TV game of the season, as many of those as we can, and try to give a good reflection of ourselves.
It means it's a slightly unusual one, obviously 5:30 on a Friday. What does that do in terms of the movements between then and now in terms of travelling and training? Yeah,
it doesn't really worry us. Portsmouth look after us very well in terms of preparation. We have no excuses, with the long distances or whatever, and we'll be organised, and when the kick-off time comes around, we'll be ready. That's the most important thing.
And just finally, in terms of injuries, still just Lee Brown out at the moment?
Yeah, there is. Lee will be 2 to 3 weeks from the injury, and is sort of already outside running, so it is a minimal one, and he's the only one that who's not available. Everybody else has trained this morning, which is good news, and looking forward to pushing for selection for tomorrow.